Do you remember the movie The Blind Side?
Yeah.
Do you know about what's going on with them?
Yeah.
They're suing. I kind of want to talk about this because I thought it was interesting. The movie The Blind Side. I remember watching it with Sandra Bullock.
I love Sandra Bullock.
She's attractive. I like her. You know, I like Sandra Bullock. They did a movie on it. I liked the movie a lot. Apparently, there's a lawsuit going on, for multiple reasons. You know the reasons why? Well, one is because apparently they misrepresented the guy. The guy's actually not he's very intelligent, or he's regular. I don't know. And
The movie made it seem like this white family swooped in and adopted the dumb black kid from the ghetto that didn't have a chance, and they adopted him, and he was able to flourish with them and get a career.
Yeah. So there are
when it was not that.
Some people are talking about that there's some racial undertones there, which may be true, but I try not to look at too much stuff through a lens of race. I think sometimes it can get a little toxic, but there might be some truth there. But then another part of it is apparently they never adopted him.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They only got a conservatorship over him, and he may not have made any of the money on the movie either. And so some people are like, oh, they're a little greedy with this whole situation. So I'm curious about it. Let's watch this little breakdown. It's more entertaining than reading a stupid article, right? A dumb article.
Michael, the Blind Side movie made your story famous, and now you're suing your adoptive family and you say the movie's a lie?
He's good. Football humor. But no, that's correct.
Really? The whole movie?
I mean, kinda. I didn't like that it made me look like a dum-dum who needed to be taught how to play football. I was already playing football, and I'm not mentally impaired.
Yeah, you said that 8 years ago. What about now?
Well, now I'm a little thrown because I found out this year that family actually never adopted me.
Michael, we all saw the movie. You were a dum-dum who needed to learn football until they adopted you. Explain.
Look, I thought they adopted me too, but it turns out they just took conservatorship over me.
Like Britney Spears if she played football.
The petition I filed in court alleges that the Tui family tricked me into signing conservatorship papers by telling me it was more or less an adoption. And because of that, they made millions off my name and likeness, but I never saw any of that money.
Those are some pretty serious allegations. Care to respond, Sean Tui, the dad Tim McGraw played in the movie?
Michael was already 18. We couldn't adopt him. And the NCAA needed proof that he was part of our family. That was the only way.
Even though Tennessee state law allows for adult adoption?
Oh, well, see, the thing about that is...
So I want to watch the whole thing because I noticed there's an audio back there. We might have to cut it out. But I didn't want to stop and pause. But listen, and it's all speculative. Let the courts decide, of course. And I don't know how much this guy did or didn't get. And he obviously deserves some of it since they got the likeness to his name and they obviously paid the family. My thing is, I wonder if this is an incident of, oh, let me take advantage of him. Or if it was hey, maybe the family did take him in because he was having a rough time. And then the movie, they took him in. They're having a tough time. Maybe it was easier to get a conservatorship over him to help make decisions for him in school-wise, instead of getting the legal pay. I don't know the specifics. I just don't. I don't think that they. I don't think that they Do you think that they wanted to take advantage of this kid from the start? Because that's what the public narrative seems to get to. It kind of feels like they're oh, we just want to adopt a black kid that's really good at football so that we can make millions off of him. And I'm thinking maybe they were just kind of a nice family. They saw that he was struggling, so they kind of adopted him indirectly with a conservatorship, and they should have done it better. And then they were turned into pieces of shit by not giving him money for it. Because the movie itself, the studio, they came up with the narrative. Oh, what if he was just dumb and they had to do this? And they sensationalized it for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I don't remember what the beginning of the movie was. It sounds like the whole movie itself is a lie.
It was
and
yeah.
So if this guy was wronged, I hope that he gets
compensation
for that. But I'm honestly uninvested, and
that makes sense.
I don't really care.
That makes sense. Okay, that is fair enough. I respect what you have to say. I think it's a mixture of both. I think the movie started off where he was just big silly goose. He didn't play football. He could barely read or write. I think there might have been a scene where she taught him to write, but I could be so wrong about that. And then they had him on the side of the road. He's like, it was raining, and they stopped him we gotta bring him home. And he's like, no, I don't want to come home. He's like, no, come home. And they showed him kindness for the first time in his life, and he's able to succeed. It was a nice story though. I personally enjoy white savior movies. And I know that that's the hot take to say like, oh, you enjoyed the movies, like, you know, they had like war movies where it's like the righteous white guy is like it's like it's whatever, it's the Civil War, and the white guy's like, yeah, black people are equal because of course they are, and you're like, that would be me if I was back then. I would be a Jewish guy in Germany, so I wouldn't be doing very well, but. You know what I mean? And like, I know that that's wrong, and I know that we have a lot of movies that are white centric, especially like it's a very modern thing to have movies that are about slavery and black struggles through the lens of a black person. A lot of movies historically have been like black struggles through the lens of a white person.
Yeah.
But I still liked them. They made me feel good about myself. I know it might be wrong, but it worked. I watched The Blind Side, I'm like, bravo. I didn't even think about the race element, but it probably was always there. I was like, maybe I can help a disadvantaged black person one day. Is that so bad that I would feel that way? Huh? Is that so bad, Twitter? Is that so bad, TikTok? That I want to be a nice white guy? Huh? I don't know. Do they resonate with you?
I don't think so.
I fucking love the Django though. That was a good one because it was racism through a lens of a white and a black guy, and like I could resonate more with the black guy, the white guy, especially since like his character, he was like the teacher character, which I always talk to you about how it resonates with me. And then Jamie Foxx just started fucking blasting holes in people. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I feel like movies like that are usually like geared towards men.
Yeah, blasting away.